All right, guys, we're talking about KBIS 2025. Welcome to the Cabinet Corner podcast with Highland Cabinetry, Colorado. So we want to talk about what we were doing in KBIS and what we learned from that event.
Most importantly, it was really special to go out there with Highland Cabinetry because I got to know the company and you guys a lot better. And the care that I feel from you guys, for me and the company, makes me a lot more passionate because I can sell that. Because you can buy cabinets from anyone, right?
Right.
But to have a company that backs it with love and care and kindness was really important. Yeah. So to be surrounded by that and just see that play out was really special.
I think we had a good time at KBIS.
Oh, great time.
Yeah.
I think, to your point, we definitely got to know each other better and we did some things. And I think we got into a little bit deeper conversations about what we can do in cabinetry and what the opportunities are. And that was a big takeaway for me, is being able to say that I'm with good people.
Yeah, I think that's important.
And saying that, we don't have to be anything more than that, and just being able to kind of, and that the whole idea for us is to bring cabinetry to kind of everyday folks that are wanting to do their kitchen remodels and things of that nature, is to understand that there are great companies out there, not just Highland, but there's other companies out there that really want to push things forward. And I did see that in KBIS.
Oh yeah.
So
it's the connections you make,
Yeah.
and you feel that, if someone's passionate and loving what they're doing, you feel that.
Yeah.
And so
I felt like it came across with, we all walked through the Samsung booth and the amount of passion that is required just to have the imaginative ideas behind some of these booths, some of these products. There was Italian grills next to the booth that we were at where, the artistry just behind the steel bending and the design behind some of these products, you have to appreciate that, and it's, I think since joining the team with Highland, obviously I recognize your passion. I don't think I would be here if it wasn't for that, So it's something that you have to recognize in the construction, in the kitchen design business, is there's a lot of passion in it. There really is. And it can be in all aspects of the cabinets, the grills, whatever it is. It's if you have a passion for it, then yeah.
That was when you saw the and you could tell when you were having the conversations with people that this is a life for them. Like I love the energy that I got from the booth and talking with, thousands of people. You could tell right off if somebody it was just a business for them, or if they were like eating and sleeping kitchens, right? And how passionate they got, and especially from the design standpoint, people were excited. I thought that was neat to pick up that energy in the booth. I wrote on that probably for 2 weeks afterwards. So walking the booth, seeing all the creativity, and you're right, there's a lot of love and a lot of passion that actually goes into creating those booths. And it reminds me of how much more we could do.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah, a lot of competition.
A lot of competition out
Healthy
there.
competition.
But just absolutely amazing opportunities. And I was talking to people from Australia, and I was talking to people from Hawaii, and I had people coming in the booth and say that they recognized us. And I just thought that how cool is that? That's just a lot of fun that we're able to engage with people that are from, all walks of life, all parts of the country and even internationally that want to engage in that beautiful kitchen. Because, a kitchen is the heart of a home. They say that, right? And when you create those spaces, you can really see how it affects the people and the families that you do that business for, but you can also see how it affects the people that actually do the work. Like, one of the things that probably drew me to cabinetry the most was being able to create something that you could stand back and engage with and just say, I built that. Right. And now somebody's going to really enjoy it for the long term.
Yeah.
And you can change that life. And I think I've always tried to have purpose behind the business that we've done. Right. And that purpose is really enriching the lives of the people that we work for in the kitchen space, and changing the families and how they use things, and seeing the kids kind of grow up and utilize it. And so that's the fun part for me. I think, again, there's probably more passion than anything for me, just because, I was digging wood out of dumpsters when I was 10 years old trying to create stuff, and to see it go all the way from that all the way to building really beautiful kitchens is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
so
it's special.
What else did you get out of KBIS? What else kind of We were flushing a lot of toilets.
I was gonna say toilets. I'm sorry to go back to it, but those
kind of
random.
random. But there was a lot of different products I didn't realize I was going to see there.
Mm-hmm.
And so was there anything that kind of stood out? I know you were out there looking at the different quartz and countertops and things of that nature. What'd you think about the show?
Though they were awesome to see, and I learned a lot of them are made out of porcelain. So that was kind of fascinating to find that they can take porcelain and make it look exactly like marble or quartz.
Right.
And that was cool. And the process of doing it's a lot healthier too. Breathing in the fumes, I guess, from making the quartz and all that.
Cool. Yeah.
But I guess toilets are my favorite. I don't know what else to say.
We kept going back to the toilets for some reason.
Anytime a remote is involved when using the toilet, that says something.
It's just fascinating.
It's
like,
memorable.
is this where we're at? All right. You know?
Yeah, for some odd reason, we kept getting dragged into plumbing fixtures and looking at that. And that's kind of the fun thing is that it's not something that you engage with every single day. Yeah. So you can go in, and it was looking at the faucets, and then we went into the SKS booth and saw some of the new appliances. Mm-hmm. I mean, there was actually some stars out there kind of doing demos that I think we missed. So who was out there? I'm trying to remember who
the
was.
chef.
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yes.
Yeah, we missed Gordon Ramsay, and
Shoot.
he's
probably screaming at somebody.
He's probably screaming at whatever happened
so.
to Gordon Ramsay. But I had to note that he was actually doing his demonstration in the Purple Kitchen.
Oh, really?
Was he?
So it was kind of
he probably specifically
pinky
asked for it.
purple kind of lavender looking kitchen that they did, and I think we actually took pictures of it. So maybe we'll show I think I found one kind of purpley kitchen
Nice.
that's supposed to be the kitchen. It was cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool looking.
You can get behind that trend.
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Right now we're doing a lot of green kitchens. So
yeah.
So our Slim Shaker green I'm seeing all over the place right now. So as I'm walking job sites and doing different things, and my son Dawson actually just built a green kitchen in his house and did some.
Really?
Oh, cool.
It was really kind of cool because he took some of our stock cabinetry and then he ordered some extra panels from us, and he actually built some custom cabinets to match.
Oh, wow.
So it was a really neat way of taking what was a small kind of unusable layout, and he was able to kind of retrofit it and make it super comfortable. So he actually made a inside corner pantry cabinet that was pretty damn tall. I mean, I think it was 96 inches tall. Wow. So it was a really neat use space where they had it kind of on a 45. So I'm trying to get him to send me some pictures of that so I can show you guys.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
That's cool.
So again, kind of flexing product. All right. So we saw a bunch of plumbing fixtures. We saw countertops. Did you see the refrigerator that could actually like make dinner for you?
They're close. They're close enough.
They're pretty close.
Yeah, but some of the digital screens on the outside doors of being able to see what kind of stuff you got going on inside, and some recipe ideas. I'm sure they can feed you.
So we definitely saw some cool electronics going into the refrigerators and everything. Okay.
I don't think I actually got up close and personal with any of the electronics.
We were there for business.
Yeah.
There's no time to mess around.
No.
Yeah, it was far. I don't know if it was as busy as the year before. Maybe because we had bigger teams out there, but it did have a steady flow. And we talked to I think we came away with at least 300-400 people that are interested in and looking deeper into our products, which is huge. Yeah. I mean, to have that many people in 3 days, and then having the thousands of other people that were just kind of wandering around, kind of looking at stuff. But there was a general vibe of people wanting to see cabinetry, wanting to see an affordable option that can come in volume.
Yes.
So for projects and everything, because we were actually talking to a lot of people from the IBS show. So we had a lot of builders and everything, because I think right now what we're seeing in the market is, especially in new construction, is everybody is fighting to get their base house cost down. Right. So the name of the game is, as things have appreciated so much, is still being able to build an affordable home, or try to carve out a little bit of dollars here and there in the overall build. And we're seeing a great ability for that to happen through cabinetry, and specifically through cabinetry that we can bring in volume, stock it, and make sure that we're moving cabinetry faster. So do you have any conversations about people like multifamily builders or anything looking at that type of product?
A lot of multifamily builders. Yeah. All around the U.S. as well. So
trying to source some good options from a cabinetry standpoint.
And it was very exciting to be there, be able to see what the manufacturer can do. I mean, obviously with the exciting new closet line that we have coming, that's going to be huge. So that was a lot of the interest that we got, was the new closets.
And that was a huge draw to our booth. So we had 2 booths out there, and everybody walked up and immediately started talking closets. So
the closets are cool. I mean,
they're super
really
cool.
excited
Some
for
lighting
them. Yeah.
Yeah, the lighting inside the cabinetry is super nice. I can't wait to actually do my closet.
Yeah.
I've been waiting. We've been in our house now for 15 years, and we have the kind of dustless shelving in there, and the closet is completely unusable. And to see that closet stuff coming in, I'm pretty excited about that. So, and I have a pretty small closet, so I think having the lights in there is going to be super cool. I'll be able to. It'll look like more space. And then making sure that we can put everything away,
and just with one touch.
One touch.
Touch.
One touch right
lighting.
on the lights, and it turned the lights on. So that was pretty neat. And then there was all kinds of different accessory pieces within the closets.
Yeah, the drawers, the kind of baskets, the glass doors.
Yeah,
I think will be a big hit as
those
well.
were super cool looking.
Really cool.
Yeah, everybody loved this kind of small extruded aluminum with the glass, and it was kind of a smoked glass too, which was pretty neat. So, and I liked your idea about taking the jewelry drawer and putting ties in there.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
I'm probably gonna order an extra one of those, because I have one of the carousels in my closet right now, because I used to wear a lot of ties.
Oh, nice.
When I was doing real estate. I probably have 300 ties. So I probably need to pare it down. But every time I grab a tie from that carousel, the carousel falls off the thing and ties go flying everywhere. So it looks like I ended up in like a snake pit or something like that. There's just all over the floor. So, and then it takes
You
me
need a new Highland closet.
I need a new Highland closet so that I stop having that happen, and I cuss up a storm every time it happens. So when we first got our house, speaking of closets, when we first got our house, I was at work, and I don't think we were in the house for maybe 2 weeks. And my wife actually sent me a picture of our closets completely pulled off the wall and hit the floor. So she overloaded her dustless shelving and collapsed the closet.
That's a lot of clothes.
I'm like, thanks, you just literally killed the closet in our brand new house. So being able to have higher end shelving and everything, I'm excited about that. So I added a couple of extra dustless shelving, but it's still unusable. So more to come on closets. It sounds like we're getting them here in the next month or two.
Exciting.
And I think everybody is asking for them right now.
A lot of interest in them. Yep.
Yeah. So everybody we're talking from saying we want the closets. We want the closets. So as far as from our manufacturer, we need closets as fast as possible.
Yes. Okay? Yes, very soon. Which it was cool too, because I had a lot of people come up to me and say, from their knowledge, we were the only booth there that was doing closets and cabinets. So I think that's pretty special.
Or.
Yeah, but it's not both.
Right.
And to be able to work off of our Euro line with the closets. I mean, a lot of different options you can have to be able to stack those as high as you wanted, get some glass above the closet lines. And
I think that's going to be huge, because you can take a white closet and accent it with some of the walnut or some of the other colors, the oak, and really make a cool looking closet. So if you took a baseline closet and then stacked some cabinets on it, or made an island or different things like that. I mean, how many local distributors are going to have not only shaker, but Euro as well, and then putting closets on top of that. So especially if you're a small to mid-size remodeler or builder, I mean, having that full line available right off the shelf is going to be huge for people.
Yeah. Especially for the price with our Euro line. I mean, most cases it can be cheaper than our shaker. So
the pricing on it is amazing. Yeah. So again, thinking of how to flex the product, how to mix and match, and we're seeing quite a bit of flex in all of our products, and we're seeing the European cabinetry, the frameless cabinetry being used with different shaker cabinetry, and they're mixing them in, and it's making some really cool looking designs. Yeah, it really is. And very different. So I think that's one way to kind of put your stamp on projects, is don't just stay within the box.
Yeah,
right?
I like that.
is really think about how we can use products differently. And that's why I like watching what my son can do with our product, because we come from a custom background. So can we source a door from this cabinet? Can we pull an end panel from this panel? Can we make something really cool? And we're seeing it that one house that we went out to, that $2.1 million house I had, where they custom cut in the glass in the slim
That was
shaker,
cool.
and then they threw in Euro. So you have tons of flexibility.
And what a neat opportunity too. I mean, if you're a showroom across the country, or wherever you're located, I mean, to be able to have a product like those closets, you could even throw your name on it and label it yourself.
Yeah.
With the opportunity of bigger bulk purchases and orders from our manufacturer,
Right.
you can make it your own line. So
Absolutely.
pretty cool opportunity.
We don't necessarily put our name on the box. So if you wanted to kind of white label it, you could definitely make a little placard and put your name on it. You could literally take our boxes and put your labels on it. So there's a lot of different things. Create yourself a sticker or something like that, and start to kind of brand your own thing. So think about that. Is how do you use the product, and how do you actually show the product? If you're doing flexing the product and you're doing semi-custom things, then why not, kind of brand it yourself?
Heck
So
yeah.
it gives you the option. When I was doing custom cabinets, I was buying components. So in the early 20 years ago, so I would build my box, and I would buy doors from a manufacturer, and then I would buy dovetail drawers from a local manufacturer.
Oh, what a headache.
And I would put it together. But I
Awesome.
created a system where I could just type in the cabinet size, and it would give me all the data I needed, and then I just placed the order. It was super easy, because when you started leveraging your time, that's the whole thing. I think one of the great things that we can give back to people is their time, right? Because you can buy a product right off the shelf. You can take that box, you can put it right into the home, or you can do a couple of little one-off things to it, and you're not spending the 90% of the time building the base product, right? So think about it in that regard, as being able to flex it. And that's what's fun for me when I'm doing kind of product flex videos, is because people are like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
we all know contractors are busy enough.
They're busy enough,
Yeah.
and they want to have some great ideas.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the scale at KBIS. What was your thought about the scale? I mean, that
The Las Vegas Convention Center blows my mind. The sheer size of that building alone. Let alone, I mean, it's just, you have to take a Tesla underground track to the two buildings, to save time. That's Talk about the sheer size.
the walking. I think I was putting on 15 to 20,000 steps a day, because I had my iPhone in my pocket and it was telling me how many steps.
Who
kept
says Vegas isn't good for your health?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah, right.
So, but yeah, I mean, having how many different halls, and then what really amazed me is because we got there a day early, and we were seeing all the booths being put together. They were orchestrating. I mean, how much they have to do in 12 hours,
A lot
or
of
24
all-nighters
hours.
going on.
A lot of all-nighters. So
It's like a different place when we came there for the show.
yeah.
It was just like, what?
Like
Like
overnight.
the carpet and everything? I'm like, where did this come from?
Yeah, because the night before you couldn't even walk through the space, and it was continually like there were forklifts in the way and people up on lifts and all kinds of stuff, and we're like, there's no way that this is actually going to get done. And then we show up in the next morning and it's all beautiful and clean.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what a group of individuals. So if you work at the Las Vegas Convention Center and you put booths together, hats off to you guys and gals, because there was a lot of people working there, and it was an amazing show of force to be able to get that show. And they do it like every other week.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So crazy. I've had in my past the opportunity to be there the week earlier and setting booths up. So
cool.
it is a lot of work. I used to do that with my dad's booth. So it was a lot of fun.
I actually had a chance to meet a couple guys that swung by our booth that had installed for the Samsung booth that we actually walked in. They're from Denver.
I
And
think
they were
I talked
installing
to
a lot of the
same person,
Yeah.
maybe, or similar. Same booth. I don't know.
But yeah, cool to be able to see some guys from
Yeah.
Denver that were part of the installation team for a lot of those bigger companies.
Yeah, Samsung booth was cool. The Kohler booth looked like a whole nother world.
Yeah.
Was that the one that we walked through the day before with like the waterfalls?
Yeah, it was all crazy. So that's an amazing put together. They said like they spent $1 million on that booth. maybe probably more. I don't know if it's 10 million. Who knows? I'm sure the numbers are wrong that they gave us, but that was just incredible to see. They had ponds in their booths. They had waterfalls. What else did we see there? There was like full coffee setups. I went through a couple of the other cabinetry booths, and I thought there was some really neat cabinetry booths.
Yeah.
A couple of them really stood out to me, and I saw a whiskey bar that was really, really neat, and I'm like, oh, that's a great idea, taking stock cabinetry or custom cabinetry and doing a nice whiskey bar.
You got to build one of those in your house.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think, like, now that we have such cool colors, I think I can do that. I kind of want the little speakeasy area in my basement that has that kind of cigar whiskey vibe. I don't know if I'll be able to sell it to Megan or not, but
cigars outside, maybe.
Yeah. So, but just that overall vibe. We go to a couple of speakeasies, and this a really cool environment. I'm like, I could totally pull that off in my basement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
Well, you're telling us about one when we were actually out in Vegas, like behind a bookshelf or something.
Yeah. I can't remember. What we looked it up. I couldn't find the name.
So the bookshelf, but you could do that in your basement.
And we've actually done that in the past, and we've taken either customer stock cabinetry and we put them on a pivot so that and it has a little you can put uniball wheels underneath it, and the whole bookcase opens up into like a speakeasy room, so you can kind of think about it. I'm seeing one of the vibes that I'm seeing right now is what is it? I've gone into basements and they've done Lego rooms.
Lego rooms?
Yeah, like hidden Lego rooms.
What?
Yeah.
For the inner child? Or?
For the inner child. It's a hidden, like behind a bookcase, and they go in there and it's literally like a world of Legos in the basement, and there's cabinetry and all kinds of stuff, and they have everything like displayed. So like think about like your Lego builds, you can put them on shelves. The other thing, I've seen Star Wars rooms. So going into some cool basements.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the one that I was trying to think of is I see a lot of gun rooms now too.
Oh, of course.
So like I'm like a bunch of my friends are like showing me, and there's I can't think of the movie that just came out. Anyways,
Den
I'll
of
think about
Thieves?
it. No, I'm trying to think of who it is, but I'll think about it. But there's all kinds of different uses that you can use, whether it's Lego rooms, whiskey rooms, whatever. Like, so think about from a cabinetry standpoint, all the different things. And when I was at KBIS, I was seeing a lot of different things like that, and I thought that was super cool. And it had like walnut and green, and it had brass little accents. So you take like a stock cabinet line, and then you could put some little accessories on it and kind of jazz it up for your whiskey room.
Yeah.
So, what else? What else did we see out there?
A rundown circus.
We did. Yeah, we stayed in Circus, which was kind of cool because I think they're going to tear it down. And it was actually great walking distance from the show.
It's perfect. Yeah.
But you got the old vibe of Vegas, and then we went downtown and went down to Fremont Street, and we ate at a nice steakhouse down there.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was pretty nice.
Got to check out the Bellagio.
Yeah.
Yeah, the water fountain.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure, since you guys hadn't been out there before. Yeah, you both of you, or
I had been a while,
but you hadn't been there. We wanted to take you and show you the Bellagio, and so we walked through a couple of casinos, and you did find your Wheel of Fortune.
Found the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah. Did you win any money?
Did not lose any. Or no, I did not win.
I
lost.
win. You just lost all your money, so we were all throwing it in the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, I think what'd you put? 80 down? You lost that pretty quick, I think.
And then I think I put like 50 on roulette and lost that as well.
So Vegas took your money as usual.
Classic.
Yeah, classic Vegas. So I'll do about $40. And I used to do only $20, and I think now I'll do $40. And after that, I'm like, nope.
Yep.
It's not worth it.
Yeah,
Gotta walk away.
So I'd rather we went to a couple of nice meals.
Yeah.
We went to a sushi house, and then we went to an Italian place, and then we went to the steakhouse. I think you missed the steakhouse.
Yeah.
A little tired.
Yeah, a little tired. Had to get some
Nice to meet the other guys from Dallas and
so
Phoenix.
the Dallas team was there, and Phoenix team was there, so we got to see some of the other folks. Ultimately, kind of getting to learn more about everybody's business. So that's the thing at KBIS. Like, we're out there to grow business. We're out there to meet people and network. Had a couple of thousand people that we got to kind of rub elbows with and learn from. And did you think overall it was a great experience?
It was awesome.
Great experience.
Yeah. Would you do it again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really would.
Yeah.
I'm 2 years in. I keep telling myself that I get too tired during an event and probably need to figure that out. So this year I'm working out a lot more for next year. So
Prepping for it.
prepping for the 20,000 steps. So I was going to get that marathon walk going.
It was worth it though, the connections I think that we're forming and we formed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Connections and just the insight of being able to actually get people's true, honest opinion. I mean, they have no qualms with telling you, hey, this looks like everything else, or hey, this stands out, and this is, I'd love to stay in touch with you. So it's cool to see the difference in what we can bring to the cabinetry industry.
Yeah, I only had a couple of negative nillies that were there, and I think they just kind of weren't really looking at it that sharp. But most people were saying an incredible product, good, great level of finish, overall great product with saw close and everything. So very, very positive. And that's what makes it for me, is that being able to be in the environment with a lot of competition and then hearing from that many people about our product made me feel very, very comfortable and confident moving into the next year or two, that not only are we bringing the right product into town, but also at the most affordable option, and then being able to supply, whether it's small homes or big, large projects through our container programs. So
our quality, people, they'd go and they'd open the drawers and everything, and people were amazed because we are able to sell such a high quality product at a lower cost.
Yep, absolutely.
And I think that's
the name of the game, especially with everybody right now trying to make sure that they're competitive, is being able to have the ability to bring that into their projects will help them in the long term, because not everything is going to be cheaper nowadays. You got to find ways of being careful with every single dollar in the projects and being able to bring it to market to be able to sell it or rent it or whatever, and having that ability to leverage our product to do so will allow you to kind of spend some money in some other key areas too.
Yeah.
So maybe toilets. Maybe get you some better toilets. So
they're fancy. They're really fancy.
Get your toilet with a remote. So,
yeah.
So anyways, anything else to bring to the table for KBIS, or?
I think, for me, that's a wrap. It was a great experience, and I would definitely do it again.
Okay.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. All right. Well, I had a lot of fun with you guys out in Vegas. Really got a chance to talk with you at a little bit deeper level. And I think, like you said, it's a great opportunity to meet new people, learn more about other people's businesses, and really have better connections in the kitchen and bath space. So appreciate you guys spending the time out there, putting up with me for a couple of 2-3 days.
Thank you.
And then really appreciate the insight that you bring back to everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.